Iran state television says Israel has struck the country's heavy water reactor in Arak, some 249 kilometers southwest of Tehran. Israel earlier warned civilians to evacuate the area around the facility. John Gambrell with the Associated Press tells us why the heavy water reactor has been targeted by Israel.
Iran's heavy water reactor at Arak has long been a concern for nuclear nonproliferation experts, and that's because that reactor could potentially allow Iran to have another avenue towards a nuclear weapon, should Tehran choose to do so. Now, a lot of attention has been focused on Iran's nuclear program because it enriches uranium gas up to 60%. That's a short technical step away from weapons-grade levels of 90%. But a heavy water reactor comes at it a different way. It produces plutonium as a byproduct, and plutonium is fuel for an atomic weapon. Now, this Arak heavy water reactor has been a focal point for the West in the past, including in Iran's 2015 nuclear deal with world powers. Ultimately, Iran agreed to reconfigure that reactor to satisfy experts, but it also is still producing a lot of heavy water beyond the deal's parameters. So Iran was selling some of that heavy water off to Western countries, including the United States.
Well, let's bring you an analysis on the Israel-Iran conflict. I'm now joined by Professor Nabil Negm, an international relations analyst. He's joining me from Cairo via Zoom. Professor Negm, thank you for joining us on the program. Now, continued strikes from Israel and Iran, with reports indicating that today's is the largest one by Iran over the past 48 hours. What is your take on this escalating conflict?
First of all, thanks for having me. I would like to start by saying what's going on is very dangerous, not only for both countries. It is for the region where the world fuel stocks and sources are. And again, it is very dangerous for the international legitimacy. Is Israel playing the world police in this area? Who gave Israel the authority to go and punish a state for the nuclear activities? And what about the nuclear big project in Israel, in Negev Desert? I believe very much that what's going on is just the beginning of a wider and dangerous conflict and threat to the region and the world.
So, U.S. President Donald Trump, let's look at the wider implication here. He says he has not made a final decision yet on Iran, but growing calls to ease these tensions. Do we expect to see the Iranians opt for a negotiated solution to the nuclear issue? And if so, what do we expect the U.S. to offer Iran in return?
The way they are dealing with the matter is totally crazy. You cannot communicate with a state, an independent state, like it is, you are blackmailing it. You say they have lost a chance. They are using a very irresponsible language. So Tehran is retaliating by a vicious language as well and vicious acts. So I believe very much the administration in Washington has got to reconsider it's a way of handling the Middle East at large and the Iranian issue especially.
Now, the foreign ministers of Germany, France and Britain are expected to hold nuclear talks with their Iranian counterpart on Friday in Geneva. What do we know about this and what are the expected outcomes here?
Iran, as I told you before, has showed its readiness to talk, but they made it clear Iran is not going to accept imposing terms and is not going to accept the way Washington is dealing with the Iranian nation. So from the beginning, we have to consider a few facts. Number one, Israel has attacked a sovereign state. Number two, Israel is grabbing the authority of the IAE and pretending that it is very much working for the safety of the world against the dangers of Iran. Number three, the Security Council is totally absent. And the matter is between Tel Aviv, Washington, and Tehran.
And so, Professor Negem, what do you make, though, on the latest comments from the International Atomic Energy Agency chief, Rafael Grossi, who says that there is no proof Iran has been working towards the development of a nuclear weapon?
If it says that there is no proof, so what the hell is going on? So the official body is distancing Iran from the atomic danger. So why Israel is doing all that? Why it is throwing, and Washington in behalf, beside it, why they are pushing and throwing the whole area to that unknown destination? I believe very much this statement by the international body is condemning Israel and Washington.
And what could be the potential fallout of these attacks, both regionally and globally? I know you have mentioned this before. What will it take to avert this catastrophe?
Let's go back to the area. Iran is overlooking and controlling the Strait of Hormuz, which is the way out of the 20% of world oil. Number two, Iran could easily hit 50 U.S. Military bases around the Gulf area and Syria, Iraq as well. So I don't believe very much that hitting Iran this way, and I don't believe very much the retaliation of Iran to Israel is going to serve the stability of this very delicate part of the world. Number two, I believe that maybe somebody is intentionally pushing the situation to the edge. And why? I can see that the rehearsal or the beginning of a new world order is on the shape. And what is going on in this area, the Gulf area, is the beginning. Don't forget that the genocide in Gaza, the war in Ukraine, and now the fire on the Gulf. Maybe these are the preparation of a new world order.